Hello and welcome to Speaking of Animals. My name is Katie and my co-host today is Haley. We're animal control officers for the Flagler Animal Services. So we provide animal control services to the cities of Flagler Beach, Bunnell, and we do the unincorporated areas of the county. We also brought in a special guest with us today, Mr. Duster, also known as Dusty. So Duster is a 5-year-old neutered male. He's a chow, probably golden retriever mix. We don't really know. He came to us as an owner surrender. His female owner passed away, and his male owner was unable to care for him after losing his wife. He just was devastated. So we have Duster, and he's up for adoption. So today, Haley and I wanted to speak about orphaned and injured wildlife, which is something that we do quite often. We did have a significant amount of wildlife brought into the shelter recently, and we've picked up a few as well. So, Haley, what are some of the types of wildlife that you've picked up lately?
Most recently, it's been birds that I've had to transport to our rehab facility, but earlier this year I picked up a sea turtle off of the beach.
I was really jealous.
Yeah, that was definitely a cool experience from start to finish.
So when you pick up the animals, rather than them being brought in, what do you do with them?
So in the case of the turtle, we contacted Turtle Patrol, and they were able to come get the sea turtle from me and transport it to their rehab facility. But usually we have a rehabber or a vet clinic in St. Augustine that we go to.
And we are very fortunate that we have some great rehabbers. Unfortunately, we don't have any local in Flagler County. The one that we had for many, many years retired. So we had to go in search of rehabbers after that, and we were able to find some great ones in St. Augustine. We are also one of the few animal control or humane societies that pick up wildlife. A lot of them won't. We pick up anything, everything, injured, orphaned, wildlife, domestic, doesn't matter. We don't believe in letting any animal, domestic or wild, let it suffer if we can help it. So we'll go out and we'll catch it to the best of our ability.
Yeah, sometimes that doesn't always go as planned.
Never goes as planned. So, Haley, what does a member of the public do if they find injured wildlife?
Well, if it's in our jurisdiction, they should call us, and we'll come out as soon as we possibly can to come get it. If you're not within our jurisdiction, you're able to bring it, and are able to bring it to the shelter. We can transport it from there.
I mean, obviously, we have to worry about diseases and rabies and all that good stuff. So if all else fails, call us, and we'll figure something out.
Absolutely.
We don't want anyone to get hurt. So that's pretty much what you need to do if you find some injured wildlife. What should the public do if they find orphaned wildlife? The first answer, leave it alone. Most baby wildlife are not abandoned or orphaned. Their parents are usually just out of sight, or they're away getting some food. Eventually, they do return back to the nest. They don't usually stay in it, but they do return frequently. So we do encourage people to wait 24 hours to see if the parents will return. Sometimes this can't be done if the babies are in, a place where they're going to get harmed, or, backyards with baby bunnies and the dogs are let in the backyard. Obviously we don't want them to be put back where they're just going to get harmed. So in those cases, they are recommended that we do remove them. So let's talk about some of the most commonly found orphans. Haley, what do you find is the most commonly brought in orphaned animal?
A squirrel.
Always squirrels. Lots of squirrels, especially after big storms, hurricanes.
Big storms, landscaping, like people cutting down trees for new houses and stuff. It seems to be this time of year, too, that we get the most squirrels.
And squirrels are clumsy, so they do fall out of their nests quite frequently. You can put them back in the nest if you know where the nest is. You can return them there. A lot of times it's too far up in a tree for the normal person to be able to put it back. But we do have great squirrel rehabbers, squirrel nannies. We have one that works at the shelter. She'll take all the squirrels if she could. So we find that they're being brought in a lot and not returned to the nest. So we are having to have a big foster base for squirrels.
Absolutely.
So besides squirrels, what else do we get?
Birds. Birds on birds on birds.
Lots and lots of birds. So we get a lot of baby birds.
Yes.
And unfortunately, baby birds fall out of their nests as well, a lot. They are able, if they're able to be put back into a nest, great. Put them back. So Haley, true or false? Will birds abandon their young if a human touches them?
False.
Absolutely. Birds will continue to care for their young, even if it's touched by a human. That's old wives' tale. So we have a lot brought in because people think that they can't put them back because they've touched them, which is absolutely not true. So one of my favorites, what do you do if a baby deer is in your yard? What do you do if it won't leave?
You can just leave it alone. As long as it doesn't look like it's in distress. The mom's usually not very far off. She's out looking for food. She'll come back a few times a day to check on the baby, and that's to keep predators away. The mom will usually move them within 24 hours, so I would wait at least 24 hours before you call somebody to see if the mom shows up.
Fun fact, baby deer don't have a scent. That's why their mom doesn't come back that often, because it's safer for them not to be around because they have a scent, which will draw predators in. So, again, if it truly is abandoned, mom is off somewhere, or unfortunately an accident has happened and she's not coming back, we do have a wonderful rehabber in St. Augustine that will take them.
Absolutely.
I've walked in there a few times and she's had a few in the office, so that was always fun. So, if you're unsure if an animal has been abandoned, please, please, please call before you remove them. Call your local shelter, call animal control. They'll tell you the best option for that animal. And sometimes it is just leave it alone, put it back. Not everyone has to be rescued. Some of them are better off not being rescued. We've had to tell people, take it back, go put it back.
And unfortunately, that sounds counterproductive, but it's not. It's so that mom can continue to care for them, because sometimes human intervention is not always the way to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have to keep in mind, too, that we do have, in Florida, we do have some endangered wildlife that technically you legally can't touch or move. We can. They make allowances for animal control to be able to move some of these animals, such as like gopher tortoises. We can remove them if they're injured, got hit by a car. I just had to pick up one the other day that got hit by a car. So make sure you know what you're dealing with. Call if you don't know, because we don't want to get anybody in trouble. So we're going to go take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about our special guest, Dusty. Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. My name is Katie, and my co-host today is Haley. So our special guest today is Duster. He's a resident at the Flagler Humane Society, and he is currently available for adoption. So I call him Dusty, so if I revert to Dusty, we're still talking about the same guy. So he's looking for an understanding home with a family that's willing to go super, super slow with him. Allow him the time to adjust, allow him time to get some trust going, and just to get comfortable. So we are asking anybody who's interested in this beautiful, beautiful dog to come visit him, maybe multiple trips to visit him, but I promise it will be well worth it in the end. He's one of my pet projects right now. For some reason, he loves me a lot. Unfortunately, I can't adopt him, but I'm willing to, talk extensively with anybody who is interested. So, a little backstory on Duster. He came from a home with some elderly owners. Unfortunately, he was not socialized properly, so he's slow to really trust people. But once he trusts you, you can do whatever you want to him. I stick my hand in his mouth, which you're not supposed to do. I stick my fingers in his ears just to test him, and he lets me do whatever I want. I call him my little kitty because he acts like a cat. When I go into his kennel and I sit down, he rubs all over me like he's marking me like a cat would. I'm like, Dusty, you're a little bit big to be my kitty cat. But he loves it. He loves belly rubs. He loves treats. If I'm not paying attention to him, he puts his paw right on my face to get me to look at him, knocks my glasses off. So anything he can do once he trusts you and loves you, I think he would probably be like a Velcro dog. I'm saying, what do you think, Haley?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Once he trusts you, he's definitely going to be a Velcro dog.
I think he's going to be a Velcro dog. He is extremely, extremely housebroken. So if you're looking for one you don't really have to train, Duster is it. Loves his treats. What else is he? He loves walks.
He does really love walks. Like, the moment you're outside, he's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, he loves, and he's so obedient. You call him, his recall is awesome. He'll come right back. But he, like I said, he's my special project. So,
and he particularly likes salami. Oh. Like, as far as treats go, salami's where it's at.
I mean, human food, really, but
yeah, absolutely.
So occasionally, over at the Humane Society, we do have animals that come in that need that little extra time and effort. Some animals come in, they may have some food aggression, super fearful, need a helping hand to get them to be a little bit more adoptable. We're fortunate we have a wonderful staff, volunteers. We have very dedicated volunteers that love to take that time to have that extra moments with these ones that need the extra TLC. So besides our staff and our volunteers, we also utilize other animals in the shelter. Sometimes we have like dogs that like to train other dogs. We have one right now. So Haley, what's the name of our new trainer dog?
Luna. So she's currently our helper dog. Right now we have an almost feral puppy in our office. And when Luna came to us, she was feral herself. Couldn't get a leash on her, couldn't do anything. And now she's opened up and she has become the helper for all of our dogs that need just a little extra socialization, a little extra time to open up. And Luna's currently teaching our feral puppy, Tough, that not every human is bad. We're making progress, and Luna's definitely been a big help. She has been caught laying on top of his crate while he's in it. She just jumps up there and is like, hey, this is my dog. It's okay.
She's one of our... We really don't want to let her go, but we know eventually she'll have to find a home. But like I said, she is that great dog that, sometimes we utilize other dogs that are very social, so that dog that isn't that social will see that, oh, that dog trusts that person, so maybe I can trust that person. And we just kind of wait them out sometimes. We just hang out and pay attention to the other dog because dogs hate to be ignored. Hate it.
Oh, absolutely. The moment you start paying attention to Luna,
Yes.
Tough's like, hey, I could have a little bit of some pets, maybe.
He'll sneak a kiss on your hand.
Yep.
But then you go to try to pet him. He's like, nah, not today. Not today. We're not there yet. So we're hoping that, Tough will get with the program and He's still a baby, too. He's only about 5 months old. But sometimes we do get these animals in that just are not socialized and just, we have to put in that little extra effort to get them where they need to be to get loving homes. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about animal control and when a person should call them. Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. My name is Katie, and my co-host today is Haley. So, we work for Flagler Animal Services. Our office is located in the Flagler Humane Society, which is nice. We enjoy that.
Absolutely.
So, again, we service all of Flagler County except for the city of Palm Coast. They have their own animal control division as of a few years ago. I've done this about 20 years, and in the beginning we did do the city of Palm Coast, but they kind of broke off and have their own division now. So a little bit about what we do. We respond to all calls relating to animals. Doesn't matter if it's a domestic, wildlife, we pick up pretty much anything and everything. We prefer not to do venomous reptiles.
Definitely prefer not to do venomous reptiles.
We don't do wild boars. They tear up our traps too much. And we don't do nuisance wildlife. So we do refer out to different places to do those. They have a lot more experience in those than we do, so we let them handle those. So, Haley, when should somebody call us?
People should call us when they have any animal issue. That includes stray animals, animals running loose, nuisance-owned animals, animal bites, cats that need TNR, or injured animals.
Should they post about it on social media?
Absolutely. People should post any lost or found animals online. That helps try and reunite lost or found pets with their owners. But we also ask that they call either their local animal control or humane society to report it as well. We're usually to check social media to look for these reports. And the same goes for loose or nuisance animals being reported online. We don't always see these posts, nor do we have the time to check social media. So we ask that these complaints be called into our office so that they can be investigated properly. Our phone number is 386-246-8612. And we also have an online reporting system at the Flagler Humane Society's website, which is flaglerhumanesociety.org.
So we've heard that our number is not on Google when you Google it, so we wanted to make sure we got that out there. We changed our number a few years ago when we changed phone systems, and unfortunately it doesn't update on the internet like we thought it might. So all else fails, you can always call the non-emergency number for the sheriff's department as well. But I know during my day I'm pretty busy, so I don't have a lot of time to hop on Facebook or Instagram and see what's going on. Usually that's in my downtime at home, and I'll see, oh, I just was down that road and now there's a dog out. And I do look through a lot of the posts to see if maybe, there's anything that I can assist with. We try to do the lighter side of animal control and offer a little bit more assistance rather than enforcement. A little bit of education goes a long way. So we try to go that route rather than, try to citate everybody's dog that runs loose. We try to help them to keep them contained. So
yeah, figure out where they're escaping instead of, hey, your dog was out.
Yes. So that's all I've got for today. So thank you for listening to Speaking of Animals, and we hope we provided you with some good information. We also wanted to remind you that the Flagler Humane Society is hosting their annual Children's Summer Camp, and you can register your child at their website. Spots are limited, so don't miss out. My daughter loves this camp. She's already bugging me about when is camp.
So is my niece and nephew. They're so ready to go.
And we will also be there with some exciting reptiles and birds for the kids to be able to pet and handle, which is always nice. So, hope to see you there.